Happy Hell-idays. Holidays, everyone. My name is Ella Favela, and it's my privilege to welcome you back to M.M.0.S Stories. It's the most wonderful time of the year, right? The air is filled with festive magic, the smell of gingerbread cookies, and the twinkle of Christmas lights. It's the season of merriment, right? Maybe not for everyone. Picture this. You're sipping hot cocoa, watching the snowflakes fall gently outside, and listening to carolers in the distance. Your home is cozy and warm, decorated with lights and ornaments, and filled with laughter, and every ornament has a story, every stocking is hung with care. Sounds like the perfect holiday scene, right? But what if, behind this picture-perfect facade, there's a hidden reality that's far from merry and bright? What if, within these festive walls, there are shadows of fear, pain, and abuse? What if the twinkling lights on the tree cast a harsh glare on a room where violence, insults, and threats are exchanged as often as gifts? What if the crackling fire in the fireplace can't warm the cold shoulders and the icy glares? What if the holiday playlist can't drown out the sobs and the screams? What if the dining table, set with the finest china, is a stage for control and manipulation, where the festive feast is a performance, and the actors are trapped in a nightmare? This is, unfortunately, the reality that many people face during the holiday season, especially women and children who are victims of domestic abuse. Domestic abuse, also known as intimate partner violence or family violence, is any form of abuse or harm caused by a current or former partner or spouse. It can include physical, sexual, emotional, financial, or spiritual abuse, as well as stalking, harassment, and threats. According to Statistics Canada, there were 127,082 victims of police-reported family violence in 2021, a rate of 336 victims per 100,000 population. This marks the fifth consecutive year of increase. Women and girls represent 2/3 of family violence victims. It's important to recognize that while everyone's social media may be filled with perfectly wrapped presents and smiling faces, the reality for some is a stark contrast. For those enduring domestic abuse, the holiday season can become a daunting obstacle course where every step is a potential trigger. The holiday season, for all of its glitter and glow, can be an incredibly challenging time for those facing abuse. Why? Because the holidays often bring increased stress and pressure from various sources, such as family, work, or finances. Because the holidays also involve increased alcohol or drug use, which can escalate the risk of violence. Because the holidays often create increased isolation and a lack of support, especially for those who are away from home or from their culture. Because the holidays often trigger increased expectations and conflicts, such as how to celebrate, what to buy, or who to visit. Because the holidays often expose the gap between the ideal and the reality of one's relationship, and the contrast between the joy of others and the pain of oneself. The first step in navigating this terrain is acknowledging the pain that may be hidden behind the facade of festive joy. If you're watching this and you find yourself in that situation, please know that your experience is valid and you're not alone. You're not to blame for what is happening to you, and you deserve to be safe and happy. The holiday season tends to amplify stress, and in domestic abuse situations, that can be overwhelming. So how do we navigate these tricky waters? Let's start by discussing the power of connection. When the holiday lights seem to cast shadows instead of warmth, it's crucial to turn to your support system. Reach out to friends and family, those pillars who genuinely care about your well-being. You see, the thing about these connections is that they're lifelines. They can be your sanctuary, a place where you can share your thoughts and fears without judgment. They can be your allies who can offer you practical and emotional help, such as a place to stay, a ride, or a listening ear. They can be your advocates who can stand up for you and speak out against the abuse. They can be your inspiration who can remind you of your worth and your potential. I understand it's not easy to open up, especially during a season when everyone is expected to be jolly and bright, but remember, Those who care about you, they want to help. And sometimes all it takes is letting them in. You don't have to suffer in silence or pretend that everything is fine. You don't have to isolate yourself or feel ashamed of your situation. You don't have to carry this burden alone or feel hopeless about the future. You can reach out and find support and know that you're not alone. Now let's talk a little bit about community resources. In many places, there are organizations specifically designed to assist individuals facing domestic abuse. Reach out to local shelters, counseling services, and helplines. They're there not just to listen to you, but to provide you with real, tangible support and advice. They can offer you safe and confidential places to stay, away from the danger and stress of your home. They can offer you professional and compassionate counseling to help you heal from the trauma and the pain of the abuse. They can offer you legal and financial assistance to help you protect your rights and your assets. They can offer you information and education to help you understand the dynamics and the effects of the abuse. And they can offer you referrals and connections to help you access other services and resources that you might need. And for those of you who may not have immediate access to physical community, please don't underestimate the power of online support groups. The internet can be a powerful ally, connecting you with people who truly understand what you're going through. You can find online forums, chat groups, or social media groups where you can share your stories, your feelings, and your questions with others who've experienced or who are experiencing domestic abuse. Shameless self-plug, I have tons of short-form content under the handle Stage Left Project on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. That's also a great place to start. You can additionally find online articles, blogs, or podcasts where you can learn more about the issue, the signs, and the solutions for domestic abuse. You can find online tools, apps, or websites where you can plan your safety, document your evidence, or seek help discreetly. Remember, dear viewers, strength doesn't always roar.
Sometimes it's the quiet voice that speaks to you at the end of the day saying,
I'm going to try this again tomorrow. By reaching out and building connections, you've already taken a very brave first step. You're already showing that you're stronger than the abuse and that you can overcome this challenge. You're already proving that you're worthy of respect, love, and happiness. You're already making this holiday season a time of hope instead of despair. Now that we've discussed the importance of connection and resource, it's time to focus on something truly vital: self-care. When the holiday storm rages around you, it's crucial to find moments of peace and solace within. Self-care is not a luxury, it's a necessity. It's the practice of taking care of your physical, mental, and emotional well-being, especially when you're facing stress or challenges. It's the act of showing yourself kindness and compassion, and honoring your needs and feelings. Self-care can look different for everyone, but here are some general tips to help get you started. First things first, you're going to want to create a safe space within your home. Designate an area where you can retreat when the tension rises. Fill it with things that bring you comfort, whether it's a favorite blanket, a book, or a playlist of songs that soothe your soul. Make this space your sanctuary, where you can relax and recharge. Additionally, incorporate mindfulness practices into your daily routine. Mindfulness is the state of being present and aware of your thoughts, feelings, and sensations without judging them. It can help you to calm your mind, cope with your emotions, and reduce your stress. You can practice mindfulness in many ways, such as meditation, yoga, breathing exercises, or engaging in a calming hobby. Find what resonates with you and what helps center your mind. Remember that boundaries are also crucial, especially during the holidays when expectations can run high. It's okay to set limits, both with others and with yourself. If attending certain events or engaging in particular activities feels overwhelming, give yourself permission to say no. You don't have to do everything, or please everyone, or follow every tradition. You can choose what works for you and what makes you happy. Here's a golden rule for self-care during the holidays. Treat yourself every day. It doesn't have to be anything big or time-consuming. It can be savoring a cup of coffee, taking a short walk, or indulging in a guilty pleasure TV show. These small acts of kindness to yourself can be incredibly powerful. They can boost your mood, lift your spirits, and remind you of your worth. In the midst of holiday chaos, it's easy to forget your own value. The truth is, you deserve to be treated with respect and kindness. Surround yourself with people who uplift you and remind you of your strength. Remember, you're not defined by your circumstances. The path to healing often starts with acknowledging your own value. So take those small steps towards self-care. It's not selfish. It's a lifeline, a way to preserve your well-being in the midst of challenges. Family gatherings during the holidays can be a source of joy, but also stress, especially when you're dealing with domestic abuse. However, it is possible to establish boundaries and to find moments of peace among the chaos. One of the most important things you can do for yourself is to create a safety plan. A safety plan is a strategy that helps you to protect yourself and your loved ones from further harm, and for you to access the resources and support you need. Safety plan can include identifying a safe space within the venue where you can retreat if things become overwhelming, which can be a quiet room or even just a designated area outside. Having a plan in place gives you a sense of control, which is important in potentially high-conflict situations. Having a trusted person or a helpline that you can contact in case of an emergency or crisis. This can be a friend, a relative, a counselor, or even a domestic violence advocate. Knowing that you have someone that can offer you help and support can make a huge difference to your safety and well-being. Finally, packing a bag of essentials that you can take with you if you need to leave quickly. This can include items such as money, keys, phone, documents, medication, clothes, or toiletries. Having a go bag ready can save you time and hassle in a stressful situation. There's a link to download my free safety planning guide in the description box below. Please don't hesitate to use it as a first step. I've already mentioned that boundaries are your allies. They're the limits that you set for yourself and others to protect your physical, mental, and emotional well-being. Boundaries can help you to communicate your needs and feelings, and to prevent or reduce conflict. They can include clearly communicating your limits to others, especially your abuser. If you anticipate potential triggers, establish boundaries regarding specific topics of conversation or behaviors that make you uncomfortable. For example, you can say, "I don't want to talk about that today. Let's focus on something else." Or, "Please don't touch me like that. It makes me feel uncomfortable." You can also say no to things you don't want to do or that make you feel overwhelmed. You don't have to do everything, please everyone, or follow every tradition. You can choose what works for you and do what makes you happy. For example, you can say, "No, thank you. I don't feel like drinking today." Or, "No, I can't stay longer. I have other plans." Finally, don't be afraid to ask for what you need or want, or to express how you feel. You don't have to suffer in silence or pretend that everything is fine. You can ask for help, space, or respect. You're allowed to express your emotions, your opinions, and your preferences. For example, you can say, "I need some time alone. Can you please give me some privacy?" Or, "I feel angry when you say that. Could you please stop?" Distraction can also be a powerful tool. Distraction is the act of diverting attention from something unpleasant or stressful to something more pleasant and relaxing. Distraction can help you to cope with your emotions and to reduce your stress. It can include redirecting the conversation to a neutral or positive topic. If you sense tension rising, or if someone brings up a touchy subject, you can change the subject to something more agreeable or interesting. You can always bring up a shared interest, a recent movie, or just ask about someone's holiday plans. Steering the conversation away from triggers helps to maintain a more peaceful atmosphere. You can engage in fun and relaxing activities if you feel bored and anxious, or if you need a break from the crowd, you can do something that makes you feel good or calm. You can play a game, watch a show, listen to music, or read a book. Doing something that you enjoy and that distracts you from your worries will boost your mood and your energy. Finally, don't forget to practice mindfulness and gratitude. If you're feeling overwhelmed and depressed, or if you need a reminder of the positive things in your life, you can always take that moment to practice mindfulness or gratitude by meditating, breathing, or writing down what you're thankful for. Practicing these things will help you to calm your mind, cope with your emotions, and reduce your stress. Remember, you're not alone in facing these challenges. In the midst of family events, prioritize your mental and emotional well-being. Embrace the power of boundaries, communication, and distraction to navigate these gatherings with a greater sense of control. If you find yourself navigating family events with an abuser present, it's essential to also start planning for a future where your well-being takes center stage. One significant step towards a brighter future is seeking professional help. Therapists, counselors, and support groups can offer invaluable guidance and a safe space to explore your feelings. Remember, you don't have to do this alone. You can find resources and services that will help you. And I've gone ahead and compiled a list of resources to get you started in the description of this video. If leaving your current situation isn't an immediate option, planning for the future becomes even more crucial. Start by saving money, gathering essential documents, and connecting with organizations that can provide assistance when you're ready to take that step. Think of it as creating a roadmap for your future, a roadmap towards a life free of the constraints of domestic abuse. Self-empowerment is a powerful tool in this journey. Learn to recognize your strengths, to acknowledge your worth, and surround yourself with a support system that uplifts and encourages you. The holidays can be a time of reflection, a time to envision the life you deserve. It's important to know that your future can be brighter, filled with possibilities beyond the challenges that you currently face. Reach out for support, make plans for your future, and take small steps every day towards reclaiming your life. Remember, my friends, you are so much stronger than you know. The happy Hell-idays may cast shadows, but the light of hope and resilience can guide you towards a future where joy and peace are abundant. Before we wrap up our guide to navigating the holiday season, let's take a moment to reflect on the importance of self-love and the strength within each of you. Self-love is not a selfish or vain concept. It's a healthy and a positive one. It's the practice of accepting and appreciating yourself for who you are, and for treating yourself with kindness and compassion. It's the act of nurturing your physical, mental, and emotional well-being, and of honoring your needs and your feelings. Self-love can look different for everyone, but here are a couple general tips to help you cultivate it. First, take a moment every day to do something kind for yourself, whether it's a moment of quiet self-reflection, a small indulgence, or an act of self-care. These moments seem small, but collectively, they contribute to building a foundation of love and strength. Next, learn to celebrate your achievements, big and small, and acknowledge your efforts and your progress. You don't have to be perfect, and you don't have to compare yourself to others or meet unrealistic standards. You're allowed to be proud of yourself as you are, and your journey, and your growth. Next, learn how to forgive yourself for your mistakes and to learn from them. You don't have to be so harsh or to blame yourself or dwell on the past. You're allowed to be gentle and compassionate with yourself, and you're allowed to move forward. And finally, challenge your negative thoughts and start to replace them with positive ones. You actually don't have to listen to the inner critic, or to the external voices, or to any false beliefs. You're allowed to just listen to your inner wisdom, your true voice, and your authentic self. The journey towards healing is a testament to your strength. Life might have presented you with challenges, but in facing them, you've demonstrated courage beyond measure. If you or someone you know is in immediate danger, please reach out to your local authorities. You're not alone. And there is support available. There is absolutely no shame in calling the police and protecting yourself legally either. As we conclude today's episode, I want to express my deepest gratitude for joining me on this journey. Your strength and resilience inspire me. So, my friends, as you navigate through the happy Hell-idays and beyond, carry with you the warmth of self-love, the strength born from surmounting your challenges, and the never-ending hope for a brighter future. The painting you've been watching me work on today, I am actually currently not finished with, but it is an untitled commission for a friend of mine. Her daughter is absolutely obsessed with Pennywise, and she asked me to create something for Christmas. So here we go. Merry Christmas, Victoria. I love you very much. I used watercolor, gouache, India and acrylic inks, Posca pen, gel pen, gold, silver, or copper foil. I have not decided yet at time of recording. And it is on 300 GSM 9x12 cold pressed block. I'd also like to quickly remind you that I am still hosting a giveaway on my Instagram where the 100th follower will receive a free painting shipped anywhere in the world, absolutely free of charge. Go ahead and follow me there, as well as my other social platforms while you're at it. All my information's up on the screen right now. I tend to be the most active on my Instagram story, but I do exist everywhere else as well. Additionally, I do have some incredibly limited print stock remaining if you're interested in having some of my art on your walls. These are 9x12 inches on archival quality paper, and they go for 35 Canadian dollars each or 2 for $50. Shipping is absolutely free in Canada, and it's also available globally. My original paintings, as well as commissioned work, are also available. So if any of that is of interest to you, please send me an email, hello@stageleftproject.ca, to get the ball rolling. Thank you so much for being a part of this important conversation. If you found this guide helpful, please don't forget to share it with those who might need it. Whatever you celebrate, I'm wishing you and your family a season filled with moments of peace, joy, and the unwavering knowledge that you are stronger than you know. Remember, one day you will die. But for now, live well. Ciao for now.